Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They found that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace. Fuck it, we might as well face it. Accept it, whatever it's wrapped in. There'll come a day when they run out of grace. So me and my niggas stay trapping. Yeah, ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, some would be too hard, wanted to be, and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. This an empire, fuck a boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new height with the same chill. Y'all too fake, I stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, hey, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah. It's been a while since I dropped this shit. Swole fam, y'all better run this up. KD, let's go. Yeah. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, yeah. You know we don't play guys. I'm blessed, I never said I didn't struggle. I finesse, I never said I didn't hustle. These niggas talk so loud, the way I move is subtle. I'm the ocean, but these niggas just a puddle. Ay, oh, I swear I'm delusional. These niggas ain't using me. They want my energy, ain't nothing new, this is usual. These figures confusing me. What's gotten into me? They say I'm using their cubicles. Clipping KD like some cuticles. None of this shit is excusable. Don't need a muse when I'm musical. Ay, whoa, I'm tired of saying for truth when nobody's doing it. Yeah, they're controlling the youth. Agenda of fusing them, nigga. We losing them. Matter of fact, we just abusing them. That's a fact. We try to roll with a ballad act. Fucking low key with the Tesseract. They throwing smoke when they got that.
Get everything you want.
They wanna ask how much it costs. I said it double.
Well,
Gorilla beard, these niggas
very good
rockin' stubble. The realest nigga make these bitches start to stumble. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys. Check, check, 1, 2, ayy, check, check. I don't know if I can rap this shit. Yeah, ayy, yeah. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's poppin'. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they sat in. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. I see you looking, I see you watching. Wasn't too long ago, we was just talking. I'm sorry you hate me now, and I don't mean that I'm sorry for me. I'm just sorry for you, cause you won't get to see what a hot king can do when he's given the chance to become what he knew he could. Now my shit's popping, oh, and I'm shocking. I'm just from Buffalo, I shouldn't make it. Was right by my auntie, but that woman hated me. Good at pretending for everyone faking it. Now I'm awake and I see why they made the choice to kick me out just as soon as I made the choice. Now I'm a king, yeah, that's the thing. Happens a lot. Fatherless kids, yeah, we come by the lot. Changing shit whether you like it or not. He would come like it or not. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they sat in. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. Fuck the whole industry, music and media. Started my own shit, I don't think they feeling me. I just don't get it, so fuck it. I'm done with all this luck shit. Y'all think y'all scaring me, so I address it. But now all your niggas is running. All of your monsters just running. No talent, but your shit is funded. Now all y'all think y'all real funny. Clown flexing with that fake money. Can't buy shit without real shit, so you rent shit cause you real dummy. Just invest in mine like a broker. New money coming soon. Yo, last post got like 50,000, but you can't fill the fucking room. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they sat in. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice.
Swole North.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
What's going on, Beaches, Booshes, Bustas, Hustles, and Yo-Hos? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you as powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you Beashes. Welcome to the show, fam. Thanks for being here. 3421. Drop in the comments what you're smashing today. We got a Swole card that we'll give away at the end of today's episode. Hashtag GTTFG. Go to the fucking gym. Drop that in the comments down below and take a moment. Hit the like button. Subscribe. We're live on Rumble and YouTube at The Daily Swole. And of course, you can catch the replay on Spotify. You could watch on Spotify. You can leave a comment. You can leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Please do so. Share with your friends. Help everyone that you know. Go to the fucking gym. That's just good advice. That's just good advice, and I recommend that y'all take it. Let's get into a couple sweet posts at the beginning. Let's kick it off with a little merch action. Daniel, Swole fan member. What we got here, Daniel, go to the fucking blank. And we all know that he's at the gym, rocking the daily, the only Swole shirt, rocking the only Swole merch. Very nice. Very nice. Excellent. Thanks for sharing, Daniel. Appreciate you. Excellent post. Good fit. Making those gains. Nice body art. All that good stuff. Ben Collis says, taking a post-workout dump as we speak, Papa. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it looks like you It looks like you filled that toilet too. No offense, but thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. Graphic. Danny says, I already went to the gym today, but this is a pretty recent pic I've shared in the app, and I remember that picture. Danny, obviously this is not the current picture of his last workout, but he's got the Swole Fam merch. So excellent. Thank you for sharing. Love to see the proof of gym. Jeff Roos says, had a wrench thrown into the progress with a shoulder surgery, but getting back to the gym the minute I can. And Jeff has the Ginger Swole Man merch. Love it. That's a classic. Coming up on the holiday season. Thanks for sharing, Jeff. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, everyone's like, gross. I don't want to know about your poops. I don't want to know about your poops. Fucking gross. All right, let's get into the tip. Let's get into some Swole Fan posts.
Just an inch. Just an inch. It's cold outside.
All right, first one we got today is from Avril. And Avril says, first day at my gym doing the, quote, Climbing for Heroes challenge. Ironically, in my barbell girl shirt, I climbed the Eiffel Tower, which is 100 flights, took me about 30 minutes. I was not expecting this to be so tiring. Very humbling and meditative, thinking about the sacrifices made during 9/11, the shit going down in America with Charlie Kirk, rest in peace. I'll be back at it again tomorrow. GTTFG. Let's go. Love that. Love that. Excellent. I remember those, because I have a VersaClimber, and I don't know if my VersaClimber has that, but there used to be ones or versions of a VersaClimber or those vertical climbers where you could choose Everest, you would choose the Empire State Building, rather than just, hey, see how many floors, because when I have my VersaClimber and it says how many steps you've taken or how many flights, or, you know, it tells you general vertical climb, vertical feet. But you could, there are other models or there are other versions I've seen. I've used them before. I don't know if it was actually a VersaClimber or something similar, but I remember there were settings. You could choose Empire State Building. You could choose Everest. You could choose certain heights. And yeah, you realize how high that shit is. Joe says, hey fam, my gym finally fixed their sauna. I'm new to the sauna and relatively new to the gym. What are the rules of etiquette for using the sauna in a gym? Specifically, what do you wear? Socks, slides, bathing suits, towels? It says that it takes 15 minutes to get to temperature. Do I start it before I finish my workout and then come back? Or am I supposed to stand outside and wait? Or sit inside the sauna and wait? Anything else I didn't think to ask? Lots of questions, and I'm sure I'll learn some of the answers the hard way, but any help will be appreciated. I think you're overcomplicating it. I mean, obviously, if you're in a gym, you want to be clothed. So you could wear a towel. You just can't hang dong. Some saunas are co-ed. Usually they're segregated. Usually, or the gyms that I've been in, there was a sauna in the men's locker room and there's a separate sauna in the women's locker room. Either way, you're not hanging dong. Most gyms are not, you're not going to want to hang dong in there. But if it's a men's room, some old people sometimes, you know, let it fly. But generally, you could wear some shorts. You could have a towel wrapped around you. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be barefoot, in my recommendation. If you have a private sauna, barefoot's fine. But if you're in a public sauna, I would not be barefoot in those fucking things. That's for sure. And 15 minutes to get to temperature, that might be true, depending. And I don't know what the temperature is. Can you put water on the rocks, this, that, and the other? A lot of saunas, you can't adjust the temperature from the inside. You can't set it. It's just automatic. That way people don't burn it out or set it too high, this, that, and the other. So it really depends. Do I start it before I finish my workout and then come back? Yeah, like turn it on, go in there when it's hot. That's it. Don't complicate it. Stand outside and wait. Sure. I mean, if you can turn it on and go sit inside, it's just not going to be hot. And you're kind of wasting your time. So yeah, you'd want to turn it on, and then when it's ready, you go in and use it. Any other thoughts? But yeah, I would do it after your workout. Don't do it before. But saunas are great. Mark's with Peter Piper over here. Mark says, when apple picking today with the fam, this is a bit of what we snagged, but I think I ate more than I picked. I also snagged some bacon jam, which I'm excited to try. Ooh, some nice fresh apples. This reminds me, because it's obviously fall where a lot of you live. It's a little bit cooler, slightly cooler here in Florida. It's still hot as hell in September, but I have to remember that it's apple picking season up north for a lot of you. So enjoy, get outside. Delicious fresh apples, nothing like fruit fresh from a tree. It's completely different than what you buy in the store. It always is. So I highly recommend it. All right. Questions. Let's get into it. Hashtag Ask Papa Swole. Drop it in the comments if you have them. And welcome everyone to the show. Thanks for being here. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's take the first one from Nicholas.
What's in the box?
Nicholas. Papa Swole, I have a real hard time growing my chest. Any tips? Sure. Progressive overload. I mean, any tips is like, hey, I have a hard time. What should I do? Oh, I want to know what you're doing so I can give you advice instead of just general. I'm not going to sit here and talk for half an hour about how to develop your chest. But pick an exercise you like, do some sort of converging chest press. A great thing to start is with a machine or a pec deck and get stronger with it over time. You need good form. You need some sort of shoulder flexion and a combination with horizontal adduction. So you want your humerus, your upper arms coming together. A lot of chest press machines converge. So that's a good idea. It doesn't have to converge because your shoulder, your humerus, your upper arm will converge even on like a Smith machine that's fixed. So pick something that's stable, that you can load, that you like, that you feel in the right places, work on your form and get after it. If you have more insights and you want me to give more detail, I need more detail. I have a lot of tips, but I recommend people simplify their training. Simplify your nutrition, simplify your life, simplify your training. It should not be complicated. It's not, because it's not complicated. So don't make it complicated. And a lot of people don't have the patience. They don't have the fundamental, they don't have the 7 pillars in check. So there's a lot of things that are kind of variables, but you need a good program. You need to make sure that you're training intensely. You need to make sure you're doing it properly. So I could tell you any exercise, if you're doing it with bad form, it's not going to target the muscles the way it should. So I guess my main tip would be just to not overcomplicate what you're doing. And I will say that most people are doing way too much. So for me, for my chest workout yesterday, I did upper body yesterday. I did 3 sets. I did 2 sets of an incline chest press machine, and I did 1 set of pec deck flies. So I did 3 sets, and I recommend 2 to 4 sets in a workout. About twice a week, 2 to 3 times a week is a great foundation for training body parts. Most of you are not going to be able to program effectively. It's just a harder thing to program 3 times a week unless it's smaller body parts. Twice a week is a really good sweet spot, and you can always adjust from there. So frequency matters, intensity matters, exercise selection does matter, but you need to make sure you're getting stronger. So progressive overload is everything. Morot Flika, drop your questions in the comments. Hashtag APS, Ask Papa Swole, and we'll get to your questions if you got one. How often can I train glutes? Great question. 2 to 3 times a week, like any other body part. So how often can you, or how often should you? So I train my glutes twice a week. Whenever I do legs, I'll do 2 sets for something that's either targeting the glutes in either the short position or the lengthened position. I'll do some elevated step back lunges or Bulgarian split squats that will hit the glutes from that sense, or I'm doing hack squats, or I'm doing banded 45-degree hypers. You could do hip bridges. You could do the abduction where you're pushing your legs out to the side for a little more gluteus medius and kind of like upper gluteus maximus. So bottom line, you need to get stronger on your lifts. You don't have to do every single exercise. But what's important for the glutes is that because anytime you do any glute exercise, you're hitting all parts of the glutes. You're just going to be hitting certain parts a little bit more than other exercises. So if you're doing kind of like a step back, right, elevated lunge, you're getting the glutes, you're getting the adductors from the more lengthened position, but you're not hitting the same areas as if you're doing an abduction. You're not hitting exactly the same areas as if you were doing a 45-degree hyper. But you're still hitting the glutes. You're hitting all the fibers, just maybe certain ones not as intensely as others. So you don't have to do every single exercise, and that's the problem. People, when they do chest, they're doing upper, then they're doing flat, and they're doing decline, and then they're doing pec deck. You're just beating a dead horse. So it's great to get variety and train certain areas, but a lot of people are doing higher level bodybuilding as if you're stepping on stage for shape and this, that, and the other, when in reality, all you need is overall mass. You're just not big enough. So if your triceps aren't sticking out enough, or your chest isn't big enough, or your shoulders need more size, you just don't have enough mass, because when you have more mass, everything's really growing. It really is. And then as you kind of maybe develop, I'm not saying develop imbalances, but if you find over time, wow, this area is really developing more, then switch the exercise, rotate other ones in and train them and get those just bigger. Just get stronger on basic exercises. It's not complicated, right? Posterior deltoid, you need to do this for your arms. You could do that with a T-bar row. You could do that with a one arm. You could do it with a cable. You could do it with a band. You could do it with a reverse pec deck machine. Cool. If you need to prioritize that area of the back of your shoulder, fine. Then do it earlier in a workout and prioritize that. So same thing with glutes. 2 to 3 times a week. But understand if you're training glutes 3 times a week, then your volume has to be more moderated, and which exercise you choose have to be more moderated just because of the frequency. So you're not going to be able to do 3, 4, or 5 sets. You're going to be too sore. You're not going to be able to recover in time. But glutes do recover faster. And this is what I mean in general. 2 to 3 times a week is a good starting point because some muscles can take a little bit more stress. Some muscles will repair quicker. Other muscles you'll find, and drop this in the comments because this is not my opinion, this is a fact. For you, certain muscles are going to be more sore. So drop that in the comments. Which muscle is that for you? You're going to find as you get into Maximum Swole, or you get into any of our programming over at Swole Enormous X, certain body parts for you are just going to be more fatigued. If you do the same sets and the same intensity and the same X, Y, and Z across the body, certain body parts you'll notice they get a little bit more sore more regularly, or they just feel like they take longer to recover. So when you figure that out, if you have certain areas, then modify and adjust the volume and the intensity accordingly so you can balance things out and give the proper attention where is needed. Okay. So how often can you? You could train glutes as often as every other day, but generally 3 times a week is fine. And remember, it's not forever. So you could train a body part. You could prioritize a body part more frequently for a few weeks or a couple months and then pull back and do other things. You don't have to prioritize something for like 6 months. You can if it really needs that. So you can go through phases, because I always talk about with your programming, you're not going to be able to prioritize everything all the time. Certain things are going to have to be front and center. And then if you want to prioritize other things, something else is going to have to be moved back. So just rotate what you're prioritizing. And then if something is lagging a little bit for whatever reason, look at your programming, change your exercise selection so you're hitting more of those areas with other movements so you're not like creating imbalances, and then shift something to the forefront. Shift something to the beginning of your workout. Prioritize something for a couple weeks or a couple months. And then rotate it. Hey, I brought that up. Cool. I really want to focus on this area now. Fine. Move that over. Switch it around. Mark says hamstrings for me. Yeah, that's where I'm at too with hamstrings. So again, if hamstrings for you, Mark, get more sore, then you might want to focus a little bit more on being more mindful of like lengthened position. So stiff leg deadlifts for you, seated leg curls. Those things are going to be lengthened position. So that's going to be, you'll get more sore from those and that'll create more fatigue. So for me, if I'm doing hamstrings and I don't feel like overdoing it or want to manage fatigue, or I'm doing other exercise that might conflict or be redundant, I'll just do a prone curl or a Nordic curl, hit the hamstrings from a shorter position so it's not as fatiguing. Or if I'm doing Jefferson curls, or I'm doing 45-degree hypers, which involves the hamstring some, a lot of times I'll pair it up with like a prone leg curl and I'll do 1 set. Hamstrings for me can get pretty sore. So just be mindful of that. Anytime you train in a lengthened position, you're going to get more fatigue or more damage to the muscles, essentially. You'll notice that if you do like a stretched position, you'll get more sore. So if that's the case, do less volume, leave a rep in the tank or something, or just do 1 set instead of 2, or 2 instead of 3 kind of thing, or train it less frequently or rotate it in. Bertrand, Papa Swole, can you share a reliable nutrition website to get nutrition advices? SwoleNormousX.com.
Hi, Puppy.
Do the elimination diet. Join us. We got everything that you need. And there's a lot of other sites out there. I'm not saying it's the only place, but hey, that's why we created the app, and that's why we got SwoleNormousX.com and the Swole fam. Join us. We got everything you need over there. So what are you waiting for? Join the fam today, beaches. Alovidya, how to break through plateaus. I'll briefly touch upon this. Sometimes a plateau isn't a plateau. You're just impatient. So it really depends on what the issue is. And I will say when it comes to training or strength, a lot of times it's just you're not fully recovered. You're beating a dead horse. You're doing too much volume. And remember, we talk about this when you're going up a flight of stairs, the flat part is not a plateau. You don't call you might describe it, hey, the plateau part of the step, but you have to go up and then over and then up and then over. It's not a vertical ramp. So you have to keep that in mind when you're training and just life in general. All right, Reed on Rumble. Rumble Reed. Let's get your little rant going. Papa Swole, are there major differences between RDLs and Good Mornings? Both feel like a similar movement. they are, the loading and the moment arm is different. So if you're doing good mornings on your back, obviously the torque is different. So the weight is up here on your upper back. You're going to get a lot more. It's going to be much more stressful on like your the thoracic spine. So it's just where you're loading the weight. But what's really going to make more of a difference in terms of what body parts it hits, because you're going to get spinal erectors for good mornings and for RDLs. Both are great exercise. What really is going to matter is how bent your knees are. So if you keep your knees more straight, it's going to be more like a stiff leg deadlift, and you'll get a little bit more hamstring. And if you bend your knees more, you'll make it more adductor and glute. So same thing with an RDL and a stiff leg deadlift. But obviously, if you're doing RDLs and good mornings, you're not going to be able to load good mornings in the same manner as RDLs. And if you want to get into good mornings, I recommend a safety squat bar, a transformer bar, or doing a Smith machine. That's a really good way to do good mornings. You could do it with a flat bar and do mobility too. There's a lot of ways to do good mornings. You could do seated. A lot of good ways with that. Not sharing the hedge. It's a hedgehog in your bio. How do the gym girlies go to the fucking gym if we're PMS, fatigue, or bleeding to death? You eat better, you eat more liver and more steak, and you stay consistent with your 7 pillars, and you get rid of all these things like hormonal birth controls and estrogenics and toxins in your environment. When you stabilize your nutrition and you improve your health and you're eating better food, you will notice that your PMS symptoms reduce dramatically. So you stay consistent. Oscar on the move. So especially when you're getting times like where your cycle, you're bleeding out, eat more red meat and have beef liver, and it'll make everything a lot better. People ask those questions and they eat garbage. You know, the classic excuse, I'm on my period, so I eat trash and I get fast food because I have all these cravings. You're just making excuses to, trash your body. So people say that all the time. They eat like crap and they have PCOS and they eat like garbage, and people always want to blame the outcome on like people want to blame the outcome as if that came first. No, didn't come first. Oscar on the move. Papa Swole. Should I drink my protein or creatine before or after workout? Personally, I would drink protein, just protein, no sugar or anything before a workout. This is what I do. I do whey protein before the workout, and then I'll do carbohydrates in my intra workout, and then you could have a meal afterwards. I like to settle a little bit after my workout and then eat food. So creatine can be before, during, you could have in the morning. Start with 5 grams a day and then go from there. Split it up in doses. If you have more, like 5, 10, 15 grams, see what works best for you. If you find like you have loose stools or things like that, it could just be how many electrolytes or creatine or glutamine you're taking at one time. Just spread it out. Decrease how much you're consuming at one time. Because if you have too much glutamine or too much creatine at one time that your body's not utilizing or doesn't need, you'll flush some of that out and it might give you diarrhea or something. So a lot of times people supplement, they do too much too soon, or they take too much at one time and they wonder why they're going to the bathroom, or they have GI distress. You go from 0 to 100, your body's going to be like, well, we need to flush out this. We have extra, plus we have extra water. So then you pee and poop it out. So start with less, split it up, see how you feel, and go from there. I usually have creatine during my workout drink too. Cerny says using the Smith bar for donkey calf raises is way easier than trying to climb into that damn belt. Yeah, and you get one of those bar pads for your lower back. And you could also use the ankle straps or things that Velcro around and open up the slats and have your supports underneath it. So a Smith machine is great for a lot of things. You can have supports so you make sure the thing doesn't go. But if you have one that automatically latches, so mine will twist and latch. So I take those Velcro straps and I hold it open if I want to make sure it's open for the slide so it doesn't lock. If I'm doing an exercise where I don't want it to lock, for example. That's a good strategy. And you can do that for donkey calf raises too. Cara Alexis, are strawberries healthy to eat? Sure. Wash them. Organic is best. And I think strawberries might be higher in oxalates for some people. So if you feel good with them and you like them and they're fresh and they don't have mold on them and they're in season, yeah, go for it. Okay. Questions? Anything else? Anything else there with questions? Last chance for asking some questions here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Scrolling up a little bit. All right, a reminder. What's today? Tuesday. So yesterday we had new releases, fam. Brand new release over there at papaswolio.com. Come on now. ET Phone Jim. This is a great drop. Yo. Don't forget, we have Main Gain, Scalp Seed, and Bull Cream all available over there at papaswolio.com. You get free shipping if you order 3 or more. Check it out. We got hair care, body care, and we also have new merch, new releases every single week. That's a great shirt. Perfect for the holidays. I don't know if is E.T. a Christmas movie? I don't know if it's really a Halloween movie. What kind of movie is E.T.? Kind of a summer movie? It's kind of in between. I guess it's kind of sci-fi, Halloween-ish. I guess it is a Halloween movie, right? Because in the movie, he's dressed up as a ghost. So it's kind of like how people call Harry Potter a Christmas movie because there's usually Christmas theme, right? Die Hard's a Christmas movie kind of thing. So I would say E.T.'s a Halloween movie because there's Halloween in the movie. So yeah, he's a ghost, right? E.T. Phone Jim. Great merch. Great merch. All right. Halloween indeed. All right, let's see what we got in the folder. It's probably garbage. It's good stuff. Always is. Let's get into a couple videos. Let's see what we got here. Any other questions, drop in the comments. First one here. Let's see. This one's called Black Liberation. I feel like I've seen this guy before.
What's in the box?
This is from a few days ago because we didn't do a couple of videos. We didn't do a couple of streams. So I don't know. These aren't as fresh as some of the other videos that we have or we normally have. This is from a few days ago. Let's see what we got.
People achieve true liberation. That's by taking it in blood. There has to be blood all over the floor. There has to be bodies on the floor. There has to be people screaming and crying. That is the reality. And this is what history shows me. No amount of begging, no amount of complaining, no amount of protesting, nada is going to get you your liberation until you take it with blood. You see? So this is why I sit back and I don't play along with any of these black people talking about it's a spiritual war, this, that.
Black people are not enslaved. Unless you're talking about your self-enslavement with, gang culture and constant victimization of yourselves. If that's what we're talking about. Yeah. How about no violence? When you say, is there a time? Sometimes there's a time for violence in terms of defending yourself. You've heard the phrase, you want to be a warrior in a garden, not a gardener in a war. And you've heard Jordan Peterson and people, that have put out for a long time. It's like, be a monster, be a savage, be capable of violence, be capable of defending yourself, be capable of stepping up and protecting yourself and those that you love in your community and people that you care about that depend on you. It doesn't mean that you're a violent, aggressive, you're not committing crimes, but you need to be capable of these things, but then you need to subdue them with being a decent person. So being capable of violence is very important. Using it is not, and it's a last resort and for defensive purposes. Absolute last resort. And that's the problem. We're seeing a lot of people lead to that or jumping to that. And this is what's been happening with the Charlie Kirk assassination and all the other political violence. It is the justification. This is why Trump derangement syndrome. This is why the media bias is so sinister. It's because when you call people Nazis, when you call people the devil, like when you call people Hitler and Nazis and fascist over and over again, and you lie relentlessly, the reason why the left promotes words or violence, right? Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. The reason why words are violence, and this is why the left wants words and keeps on trying to tell you there's hate speech, it's hate, it's violence, words are violence, microaggressions. You make a weird face. Remember I used to make those videos where I just stare at the screen and I would get banned for bullying? I would just look at the screen and I would get banned for being a mean person. I don't care if you think I'm nice. I don't want to be nice. I'm okay with being correct. I don't have to be nice about it. That's your opinion. But they want words to be violence because then they can justify violence against you for speaking. And that's what they did against Charlie, and it's sick. So I'm done with these fucking people. There's evil in the world, and it's hard to come to the grip. And I think we talked about it the other day and over the weekend, the hard part to swallow about this is how much evil is around you. And when you see nurses and doctors and lawyers and preschool teachers promoting violence and justifying literal murder, it's fucking frightening because these people teach your kids, they're around you. And again, homeschooling, get your kids away from these people, insulate yourselves, be aware of what's around you because unfortunately, and I think a lot of people are just still in shock, it's worse than you think. And we've been talking about this for a long time. Every time we are covering the trans terrorism, every time we're covering these lunatics. And again, I was really more exposed to this and I really came aware of all this crap was back in 2016 and 2017 with all the Marxist anti-diet dietitians and all this crap and all the bullshit around fat phobia and fat acceptance. Like this is victim culture. This is garbage. And you realize it just infiltrates everything. It infiltrates modeling, right? You have all the fat models and the fat victimization and fat liberation. Then you have the racial shit. Then you have the nutrition crap and it's everything. But it's the mindset. It's the philosophy behind it, which is Marxism. And that just has permeated our society. It's everywhere. So then you see it there, then you see it there, and then you see it there, and you see it there. And you're like, oh, these people don't want to have a conversation. They just want to tell you what to do, put a boot on your neck. And if you don't agree, then they'll take you out. So yeah, it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable feeling like you're hunted. They're trying to hunt you down. This is why you need to defend yourself. You need to practice your Second Amendment. You need to train. Don't just have a firearm. Don't have 30 guns and 100 rounds of ammunition. Make sure you have your firearm that you know how to use and you train regularly. Have a lot of ammo, have the magazines ready, and just have yourself just be on alert. Don't put yourself in, vulnerable situations. And I will say, Charlie, he was in a vulnerable situation. You could have security, but obviously it's really hard. It's really hard to have security. And it's just, he's not the president of the United States. He doesn't have Secret Service in the same respect. He was an activist. He wasn't a politician. So it's unfortunate that the leftists are bringing this to your doorstep, but they've brought it. It's been brought in for years. But this is what the left has always done. And one thing that the left has always done and continues to do is blame the right for what they do. So when they call you evil Nazi fascist, it's because that's what they are. They're justifying violence and they're killing people and they're blaming you for the rhetoric. They're blaming the right for the rhetoric. What the fuck are you talking about? You're the one murdering people. It doesn't mean there aren't individual murders or individual tragedies, but this was obviously an organized political assassination. Completely different. Okay. All right. Danny says, Main Gains is awesome. My beard is growing really thick and full and soft. That's what I'm talking about, Danny. Appreciate the testimonial and enjoy. I'm glad it's working out well for you. I love Main Gains. I love it. Ben Hick on YouTube says, hate speech is an attempt to poke holes in free speech. I agree. I've seen some of the stuff with Pam Bondi. I haven't looked at it in detail, but I'm not a fan of the hate speech labeling because hate speech is just speech you don't like. I'm not saying it might not be perceived a certain way, but it's really sketchy classifying things as hate speech because it's really based on someone's feelings. But calls to violence is not what free speech allows. So again, free speech, yes, I'm much more close to a free speech absolutist than not. But obviously, if you're calling for direct assassinations and things like that, direct calls for violence, you can't do that. You can't do that. Why would you do that? And why would you do that? Like, you shouldn't do that. So there are certain rules to be a part of society. You have human rights. You have the Bill of Rights. You have the freedom of speech. You have the freedom to protect yourself. I have the freedom to protect myself. I don't have the freedom to take my guns and go around shooting people. That's not the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government and protect your loved ones and defend yourself because you have a human right to defend yourself. And you have a human right to make sounds with your face hole. I can make sounds with my face hole. This is what I'm doing. Ah, la, 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 la. You go to Africa and you hear sounds from your face hole. It means certain things to certain people, different languages that I can't speak. You go to China, I don't know what the fuck they're saying, but they're making sounds with their face holes and they understand it. It's a language. It's communication. So you're allowed to make sounds with your face. And if you're not calling directly to violence, just because you're saying something that someone doesn't like, it gives no justification for them to murder you. My thoughts. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Okay, so we got a couple more. Oh, we do have a new one from the last couple days. All right, this one's called Thin Club. We have another one. We have one that's called Celebrating Charlie Kirk, Death, and Leftist. I'll leave those for next. Let's just take a couple more. We haven't done videos in a bit.
What's in the box?
Thin Club. Thin Club.
People are going to need to get used to seeing someone that is a small size that they still think looks kind of like a fat person because of the way your body becomes when you lose weight. And not to shit on anybody whose body is like that. It's just not taking a fat person and making them a thin person. And that is what we're being sold. That is my biggest issue. That is my biggest issue. That it is. Yes, I figured it out. We saw it in real time. It's like when you can watch Trump put things together in his brain. He says something and you're like, oh yeah, he just realized. Yeah,
again, could be amazing. Could be so fucking funny.
This is not fat people becoming thin people. This is fat people becoming a different kind of fat person that is smaller and still not part of the club.
Yes.
Everybody is trying to be part of the club. The club still doesn't fucking want us.
Nope.
And that's the reality. And if the thin club doesn't want you and then you also throw your fat pals under the bus, you got no club.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
All right. I just let the soundboard do the talking because you can't quantify. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Fat club, thin club, part of the club. What are you talking about? Again, when you talk about a club, these are people that have no sense of belonging. So have to surround themselves with other sad people that want to stay average and justify not taking care of themselves. I posted a clip of the podcast. And I will say what's funny about some of the stuff, right? I made the post on Instagram a couple days ago or whatever, Sunday, I think it was. And I said, if you support the assassination of Charlie Kirk, unfollow me. Lost like 0.2% or something, a couple thousand people or whatever, like unfollow. It's like, fine. I have a garden. You got to trim the hedges. I don't want psychopaths following me. And then I see some comments under one of the recent Daily Swole clips I posted. It was someone, some girl saying something stupid about being fat. And then there are people in the comments, oh, you're so mean, but this is not it, Papa Swole. Like, who the fuck? Let me just put that. Who the hell is still following me? And you don't know what time it is. How do you follow any of my content and then act surprised like, oh, that was not nice to say? You must be new here. It's been 10 fucking years of me not shutting my mouth. It's been 10 years of me saying whatever I want. You must be new here and you must not follow any of my content. So when anyone unfollows or says something like that, you don't follow any of my content if that surprises you. I didn't even say anything. I let her talk and I was like, pretty much you're an idiot, which is true. And it still shocks me. Like to this day, people just don't follow my stuff. You must be new here. This must be your first time coming to my page. Don't act all heartbroken as if this isn't par for the course. Just putting it out. Just saying it. Just saying it.
What is the best move to silence a woman?
This just popped up. I just loaded up just Daily Mail just to see like what, I don't know. I just loaded up and just saw this. Listen to this headline. All right. And Daily Mail is, really tabloid, but they have usually fairly trending headlines and pictures and stuff. So it's usually a general, hey, here's something that's happening. I don't know if you heard that. Was it the governor or the attorney general? I heard something part of it of what there were fairly trending headlines and pictures and stuff. So it's usually a general, hey, here's something that's happening. I don't know if you heard that. Was it the governor or the attorney general? I heard something part of it of what they were prosecuting and the kid that supposedly going with, or that's what we're told. Just Tyler Robinson told trans lover. Jesus. Tyler Robinson told trans lover to delete incriminating texts after Charlie Kirk murder, says prosecutor who wants to, in capital lights, execute him. Ooh. The prosecutor who wants to execute him. Just look at that title. Look at that title. It says prosecutor who wants to execute him. Like the prosecutor is trying to kill this guy. He publicly executed Charlie Kirk. So if he actually did it, and this is the way, I don't give a fuck what happens to him. Drawing and quartering, whatever. Yeah. Public hanging, just, yeah, get rid of him. We don't need $3 million. We don't need $3 million of taxpayer money until he gets executed. We don't need that. It's a $50 rope from Home Depot. Not even. Just saying. Not glorifying this. It's like, remove him from society, fine. But as if the prosecutor is trying to take him out. Take him out. The prosecutor wants to execute him. Methinks that's not how it's working. He's seeking the death penalty because he deserves it. And worse. So he wants to execute him. That's not how justice works, bro. Just saying. Okay, just a thought. Really weird headlines. The quickest open shut case is the guy that murdered the arena on the train. Let's not forget about that girl. Anyway, yeah. Just saw that pop up. Sure. Okay, let's do leftist and we'll end with this Charlie Kirk video. I'm sure it's some lunatic that's like, yay. So we'll end with that one because I'm sure all of us are gonna be like whatever. This is titled Leftist from Libs of TikTok. Oh boy, oh joy. What we got?
Picture of herself in a t-shirt that said, "Yes, I voted for this, MAGA." Right across her chest really nicely at the Minnesota State Fair yesterday, and she says some man with liberal views assaulted her verbally, and then she quotes, "Can't we be better than this?" And I want to say no, Susie Q, we can't be better than this. We've been trying to be better for the last 10 years, and it's fucking gotten us nowhere except military in our streets, people being disappeared, women dying of miscarriages, children.
No one's being disappeared. You mean criminals being deported? Sure. Cry harder. We did vote for this. We didn't vote for anything near this. We voted for a lot more, and hopefully we're going to get it.
In school shoes, and so no, Susie Q, I'm going to be worse. I'm going to be a lot worse. I think MAGA is the worst thing that has happened to this country in recent history.
Make America Great Again is the worst thing ever. So this woman wants crime in the streets. She wants illegals raping and pillaging her children and herself. She wants to be, does she want to be murdered on a train? Does she want to be stabbed in the fucking neck coming back from work at night? What are you talking about? Military in the streets. Why? Because Democrat mayors and governors and they don't care. They want the criminals on the street. If you're released we don't need 3 strikes. Okay? If a crime is nonviolent and maybe you're out on bail, okay, you commit something again, you're a piece of shit. Get out. You're done. You're off the streets. You don't learn after the first time when you already broke the law. That's it. 14 times, get the fuck out of here. I think all the judges and anyone that let that asshole, piece of shit scumbag out on the streets should be in prison. There's no excuse for that. They should all be held liable. That's why she's dead. Oh, this is not over? Okay, well, let's continue.
And definitely in my lifetime. And I think if you still support them, you are a piece of shit. I don't think you should get to wear that ugly t-shirt in public without getting booed everywhere you go. I'm done keeping the peace for...
You're done? You're done? What are you doing? What is your opinion? What are you doing? You're done. I'm done. Doing what? Spewing hate and vitriol and bullshit on the internet? And just lies? You're done doing that? I hope so.
People who delight in tormenting others. I'm done pretending I owe them comfort and niceties when they don't care whether I live or die, whether...
These people are so broken. How does cleaning up the streets and reducing violent crime not care about whether you live or die? We don't want violent criminals that are illegally in our country raping and murdering our women and children. That sounds like actually we care more about your life than you do. Yeah. Oh, it's so violent. I don't even call myself a conservative or Republican. I don't define myself with those things. I don't define myself with those parties. You made people political because you guys are violent. The left is violent. Liberals went off the fucking deep end. Everyone else is just living their lives like, what the fuck is going on? So a logical opinion is like an extremist point now. Hey, let's remove violent murderers and rapists from our streets and from our country. Oh, the horror of enforcing the laws that we have on the books to prevent such crime. Oh, the horrors of that. Oh, the horror. Oh, it's so awful. We want more crime. Let all the rapists run free. These are the same kind of libtards that will be like, they're disappearing people. This isn't a Stephen King TV movie, right? No one's getting disappeared. Criminals are being removed. These are the same people that will be like, Trump is bad. But then you go up and ask her, hey, you ever seen those videos where the guy's like, we have 3 illegal migrants. Can they sleep on your floor? And then all of a sudden they're like, I don't want them in my house, but, someone should take them. You've seen those videos. I think we've played them before. It's hilarious because these libtards talk out of their ass. And then when it's time to put up or shut up, they're
Kids live or die. I don't owe them a fucking thing. They've broken every social bond and every contract of civil society by being cruel and crass and nasty and voting for and loving a monster.
You mean the Democrats when they locked down society and told you couldn't go to your grandmother's funeral or visit them in the hospital or have birthday parties or go to the beach or go to a skate park or go to a park or practice religion? You mean the Democrats? That's what you meant? That's what you meant, right? Yeah. I think that's what you meant.
What is the best move to silence
I'm
a
translating.
woman?
I'm translating. Anyone else's YouTube is getting sketchy. I'm seeing YouTube like dropping out. Follow on Rumble. Daily Swole on Rumble. It seems like the way things are going, YouTube might not be accommodating. So make sure you follow on Rumble at the Daily Swole. Appreciate you. Okay. Yeah, YouTube is not secure and not safe for me to stream on, but I will stream until they, whatever, ban the channel as they always have. Okay, we got one more here. One more.
In the box?
Hey, celebrating Charlie Cook. So, there were people in the comments on that Instagram post that I made where I said, if you support the assassination of Charlie Kirk, unfollow me. It's not a virtue signal. I just don't want psychopathic murderers and people that support just death and evil, just ghoulish people. I don't want you following me. I don't want your money. I don't want your attention. I don't want your comments. So trim. You got to trim. I have a massive garden. I love gardening. I love being out there planting trees and stuff like that. And guess what? The reason why it flourishes is because I cut off the dead branches. I weed. You got to take the weeds. You got to be cutting things. You can't just let it grow wild. You have to trim it and then it grows more beautiful and then it flowers more. You got to fertilize sometimes. You got to take out the trash. You can't let the trash build up. So I have to remind people what fucking time it is. And if you don't want to follow me, it's like, cool. There are plenty of people in the world. I don't need stupid fucking retards following me. It's fine. All right. Celebrating Charlie Kirk death. And if you can call me not nice. I don't care. I'm not trying to be nice. That's not a good word. I don't want to be nice. Nice is not. Nice is not a good word. Correct? Moral? Fine. Facts, common sense? Sure. The way I say it, you can cry, kick and scream. This content's not for you. Go watch the Disney Channel. We got one more. All right. Celebrating Charlie Kirk death. We'll do a throwback. Let's keep going.
Charlie Kirk was in the neck. As of right now, I think his condition is unknown. And there are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people. So on behalf of everybody else, I don't know if he's gonna make a recovery or not. I don't know what his condition is. It just happened as I'm filming this. I saw the video of it happening. I do not feel bad for him in the slightest, and I'm very, very much wondering what MAGA is going to react with. I wonder how they're going to make this about how black people shouldn't be allowed guns, or trans people. They're probably going to blame a trans black person. But we can all celebrate because something really awful happened to a really, really awful guy. And again, if you're one of those dipshit people that are like, no matter what happens, you should never wish death on someone, I'm going to cheer and dance and sing. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Do you know what it's called when you wish death on someone? It means you're a piece of shit. It means you're an evil piece of shit. Now, when I say unfollow me if you support the murder, I thought about it. Like, I mean, should I have written celebrate? It doesn't matter. Support, celebrate. If you celebrate, you're supporting. Even if you're not celebrating, you're like, ooh, this is good. You need to know that you're evil. You need to know that you're an evil piece of shit. I didn't support Irina. I don't support any murder. But Papa Swolio, what about the kids in Gaza? That's horrible. It doesn't affect me personally. I can't post about everything. This hits home to every father, mother, husband, wife, son, daughter, anyone that appreciates being an American and freedom of speech, safety, just living in society, having a conversation. It means you're a piece of shit. It means you're a horrible person. I've never once on the show, ever wished the death of anyone, foreign or domestic. But I can say, you don't hear people talking about the Uyghur Muslim, atrocities and genocide for the past years in China. It happens. There's evil everywhere in the world. But there's certain things that will hit a certain chord. Irina's death, Charlie Kirk shortly after, unfortunately. These things hit much more of the zeitgeist than a lot of these other things. People die every day. People are born every day. They're good and bad every day. But like I said, this is the exposure to a lot more people that ever realized how evil things are. We've been talking about it for years, and many other people have talked about it for even longer. And you thought it was far away, right? You thought the evil was in Gaza, or you thought the evil was in China, or the evil was in Ukraine, the evil was in Russia. You thought the evil was in, I don't know, the Congo or something, Sure. There's evil in Baltimore. There's evil in Chicago. There's evil in San Francisco. There's evil everywhere. That's the whole point. But I think the difference is you didn't know that evil was living next door. You didn't know evil. You did with COVID, but this is even more apparent. You didn't know evil was the nurse or the doctor at your hospital. You didn't know it was the lawyer. You didn't know it was the family and the mother. It was the preschool teacher that lived down the street. And now people know, and it's very humbling and frightening for a lot of other people. It's like heart-stopping for me to see all that shit, but I know that exists. We've talked about it many times. So it's still sobering, but a lot of other people that aren't really paying as much attention as all of us, they're not here every day doing the podcast, watching these fucking videos and seeing all this stuff. A lot of you are more plugged in than the average person. So, which is unfortunate, but maybe they're paying attention now. Yeah, there's evil at McDonald's. Everywhere. There's evil in your fries. Well, I guess, yeah, there is. On a lighter note, hashtag GTTFG, drop that in the comments. Go to the fucking gym. So this is something, actually, let's talk about that, right? He's an evil person. Was he now? All right. So, let me see. I posted this earlier. Where is it? I posted this earlier. I said, has anyone found the racist videos of Charlie Kirk yet? I keep hearing retards crying about it, but I haven't seen one. Not one. I have not seen a video of him being mean and evil and a bad person. Has anyone? I'm waiting for someone to send it to me. I think that's also one of the more sobering things. Can someone tell me where this content is? I'm curious. He's such a bad person. He's so evil. Show me something that's not clipped out of context, that's not AI, that's not spliced. Show me full clip of where he was actually racist, evil, bad person. I still have not seen it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. Where is it though? I have not seen one. I've seen hours over the years. So much Charlie Kirk content. Never seen that. Never seen that. So I'd like to see that. If you're going to call him an evil person or a bad person, you're going to call him. You better back that shit up. Where? How? why. There's different types of evil. There's the banality of evil. There's violent evil. There's all sorts of sinister and passive aggressive and just manipulative tactics. But where's the proof? Show me. Pretend it's a court of law and you need to prove, hey, you think he deserved it? Show me the proof. Show me what he said. Not something that you don't like. Not a clip where he's like 13% of the population commits 50% of the crime, which is true. Not crime statistics that you don't want to confront. I'm talking about real shit. All I see are videos of the exact opposite. The exact opposite. And I'm so used to seeing responses of absolute emotional pussies that can't handle a conversation. They just get upset and angry and they want to lash out like a fucking toddler. So I don't care about the opinions of retards. I don't care about if you think something's mean, I don't fucking care. Going back to the comment where it's like, hey, if you don't like my content or this, that, and the other, unfollow. Like, people must be new here. I literally have not one, but like 5 different versions of Fuck Your Feelings merch. Swole, that's not nice to say. I literally have merch. Many versions of Fuck Your Feelings. Because fuck your feelings. It doesn't supersede truth. It doesn't supersede facts. It doesn't supersede logic and common sense. You are free to watch everything and cry and scream and complain. Fine. You want to be an emotional baby and just a vapid existence? Fine. But fuck your feelings. All the same. What is that? Chocolate designs. These are the same people that think putting a watermelon emoji in their bio does something. What is that? What's the watermelon emoji? Does that have to do with black people? I haven't seen that. Is that a thing? Is that like a trend? Or do you mean like a Ukraine flag or something? Isn't it interesting how anyone that has Ukraine flags in their bios didn't say a damn fucking word about the Ukrainian refugee that fled to the United States that got murdered on a train? Oh, you don't care about it when they're here. You only care about only when it's far away from you and you can have plausible deniability and just virtue signal on things you have no fucking idea about. Got it. And again, this is my show. This is the Swole Fam's show. So I will continue to say what I want. And you're under no obligation to agree with 50%, 75%. You don't have to agree with everything I say. I probably don't even agree. If I listen back to everything I've ever said, I don't even agree with everything I say because I change my opinion. And I develop my opinion as information comes out and as my puzzle pieces start fitting and I'm like, oh, it's going this direction. This is the paradigm. This is the foundation, X, Y, and Z. I learn things and I'll adjust my opinion as necessary. So I don't care if you guys, I don't expect you. You could be a member and not agree with everything that I say. It's totally fine, but you understand that I'm saying it because, well, I want to. I feel like it. It's my truth. It's for Palestinians. Watermelon? What do you mean? Is that what it is? For Palestinians, or is that something? How does that make sense? Nicole says, I'm curious to know the correlation between those celebrating and those who got the vax. Oh, it's probably 100%. Because if you're on the left, well, I wouldn't say 100% because a lot of people, even some members, and some of you guys, you took it before you knew, or you felt like you had to for your job. Look, I'm not even saying that was brutal, but admitting that you were goaded or coerced, that's the first step in moving forward. Like admitting what happened and be like, fuck, I got to pay more attention next time. Or, okay, fine. So, I mean, but I'm saying, not every single person that got vaxxed is celebrating it. That's what I'm saying. But I guarantee that everyone that is celebrating probably is on that side. Nothing can happen. That's why it's fascist. The left will always blame you for what they do. They want to control you. They are in love with the state. They do not have spirituality or religion aside from the government. The government is God to them. The word of the state is what they abide by. They're the party of war. They want war with Ukraine. They promote it. They defend it. They want to get involved with all these conflicts. They beg for it. They beg for it and then blame the other side for what they want. And this is why it's important to not lash out. That's why you don't see, and I posted this after Charlie's assassination. Where are the riots? Oh, no reports of riots. Interesting. No one's businesses had to board up. You don't see businesses boarding up in Texas. I didn't see any businesses boarding up in Florida. Oh my God, Charlie Kirk was shot. The right's going to riot. Nope, not one. Not one. Why? What do you think? We're not the same. I'm not saying I'm on the right, but I'm not retarded. So you don't have to be on the right to have logic and common sense. So you didn't have to board up anything because the right's not stupid. And we know that the whole point of this is to goad a retaliation. That's what they want. So you can't give them what they want, but you have to shut this shit down. Because it goes a lot deeper than people realize. And people are finding it out. So we say being awake and, oh my God, are you paying attention yet? You're red pilled or blah, blah, blah. Well, if this didn't wake a lot more people up and like, holy shit, we're up against pure evil and absolute ruthless, reckless violence. Yep. Excuse me. Sorry. You're seeing that now. I didn't mean to cough into the microphone. All right. On a side note, so I have this on my feed. If you want to see all the other thoughts and opinions and stuff, follow me on X. But R.I.P. Roy Hobbs saw in the news that Robert Redford passed, 89 years old. So I said R.I.P. Roy Hobbs, one of my favorite roles of Robert Redford. A lot of you know, Cerny saw Butch Cassidy as Sundance Kid when she was in her 40s or 50s. So a lot of you know him from other roles too, obviously. Legend. So rest in peace. Amazing actor, great movies, and yeah, one of the absolute goats. Great movie if you haven't seen it. Great movie if you haven't seen it. All right. Swole card time. Let's give away the Swole card, GTTFG, and then we'll do a throwback. So let's give this one away. Are you ready, Beaches? Go to the fucking gym. You know you should. A little afternoon delight here on the Mancast. Today's winner is Bumble Hunter. Congratulations. All right, BH. Solid. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 3421, the subject, mailing address. Body of the email, GTTFG. This will be on your wall, in your car, in your wallet, in your purse, under your pillow, somewhere where it's going to inspire you. So congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 3421, the subject, mailing address, in the body of the email. Yeah. Body of the email. Yeah. Just One Fix says crazy that all the Charlie Kirk supporters burned all those cities. Oh, wait, they prayed. Oh, yeah. Right? No riots. Churches were packed on the quote, two sides. Outside too, I agree. Let's take some more comments. We'll do a throwback in a second. What do we got here? One or two? I don't want to see that one. We'll do this one. I don't even know what this one is, but we'll do a throwback in a second. It's about a minute, so let's take some more comments. Where do you keep your swole cards? Cerny says, wall update coming soon. Ooh, nice. T-Bone keeps mine. Mine's in my purse? Oh, Jarella, that's great. Under your pillow. Yeah, maybe. If you leave us, legend has it, if you put a swole card under your pillow, the Gaines fairy will show up. And you'll have greater protein synthesis. That's what I've heard. You put your swole card under your pillow and you wake up with more gains. I'm just saying, if you haven't tried it, something to think about. Something to think about. Quadcam says exactly why they love communism so much, puts the Politburo in control of healthcare, food, housing, etc. You upset them, they can snap their fingers and take away your government food rations and healthcare. Yeah. Yeah. That's why uncorruptible money is important. Keep on stacking sats. Stay humble. All right, let's do this throwback. Here we go. TBT. Michelle says, what happens if you have 8 swole cards? Oof. Miss Olympia coming up. Miss Olympia coming up. All right. Let's see what we got here. What is this? I don't know what direction this is going. This is just the first still frame. I don't really know. I don't even know where this is going right now.
Should be unrestrictive. I think when somebody finds out in pregnancy or how far along that they are when someone finds out, they should be able to get an abortion if they want to. And for some people, that is full term.
Let me stop you right there.
If you don't fucking know that you're pregnant at 9 months, you are retarded. I haven't gotten my period in 9 months. What's going on? I see people, right? They sit on the toilet. Oh, I went to the bathroom and a baby popped out. Because you're so fucking fat, you didn't notice you were pregnant.
If I can't get abortion training here, if I can't perform abortions in my career, I will not stay in Wisconsin.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
And a lot of my colleagues who are on the same track agree.
I'm definitely more pro-life in the sense because it needs to be personal responsibility. If you don't have a baby, don't put a penis in the vagina hole. But if you're raped and you're attacked, I think that's fucked up to essentially force. I mean, you get that demon sperm out of you. Yeah, I'm, you know, I still hold that opinion. You know, I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious in that sense. But, you know, you get raped. I am not, you know, I'm just trying to think, like, if I had a daughter and she was like attacked, like, it makes me sick to my stomach. Like, you are getting that fucking shit out of your body. I still feel that way. You're not sending, because DNA and genetics has a massive, there's a lot. It's not like anything that comes out. No, there are genetics and there are genetic sequences that, and I'm not like a eugenicist and a racist. No. Well, if you are, a lot of people are born broken. Like they're born fucked up because of their parents and genetics and all sorts of environmental factors and epigenetics that turns on sequences and they're fucking mentally insane. No, you're not going to reproduce that absolute fucking evil. So like, I would never allow that to happen personally. If it was my daughter and she ever, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Anyway, you know, that's just, it's a tough thing to swallow, to like imagine like, oh, you have to carry this to term. It's like, that makes me nauseous. That makes me nauseous. You know, you're under no obligation. If you get attacked and violent, it's just, that's disgusting. That person's genetics should not be recycled. That's just like the most logical. I can't even. So that's one hill when it comes to pro-life that I haven't been able to climb. I don't know if there's any reason, right? I don't know if any of you feel so strongly in that sense. If you do, you could voice your opinion in the comments or why I might be wrong on that. But that's a tough one. I don't know if I can be convinced of that. Just saying. You know, just saying. But I'm definitely more pro-life. Like if you don't want the consequences, but this is why, you know, having a quality home, this is why you're not getting brainwashed, this is why religion, you know, Christianity and things like that are beneficial. It's because, yeah, if you don't want to have a baby, don't have sex. right? Abstinence is the only, it's true. It's true. But like, you know, rape is, you're not choosing abstinence. You're forced against your will. So it's different for me. Incest. Yeah. Those kinds of things. Yeah. But I mean, if you're letting it get to like, you know, if you're raped and then you keep it quiet, like I understand there's trauma. Like I can only imagine. But you know, you're waiting 7 months to make that decision. That's a problem. You know what I mean? That's a problem. If you're not saying anything and you feel embarrassed and this and of, I know there's a lot of psychology around it. I'm not diminishing the crime, but it's like, if you wait 6 months, 7 months, it's like that gets really gnarly and sketchy. If it's like right after, and yeah, you know, there's a difference. I think we can all agree. There's a lot of gray area there. I'm not an absolutist. Like it's all immaculate. It's all, yeah. That gets really, that's a real hard, you know, square to circle for me. I can't do that. Not yet. Not yet. I'm not saying I ever will, but that's like as far as I go there. That kind of area, that kind of, because I think about if it was not just me, it's like, I can't imagine that because I'm a dude, but I imagine like if it was a daughter, no, you're not giving birth to a criminal spawn, evil incarnate, no chance. I know some people, right? They had, I don't know, there's stories where a woman was raped, attacked, and like, oh, and then she kept it and then actually grew up and then it was like a famous person, or it's like a valuable and like, oh, I'm so glad my mother, I get it. There's positive stories too. There's also the opposite, you know? So it's, and again, I mean, that is the woman's choice. Like if she was attacked and she wants to have it, that's fucking weird in my opinion, but you know, so I'm not saying she should be like, no, you can't have it. It's like, okay, well, you get the point. There's a lot of gray area there, and this is why the debate rages on, but that's where that line just gets really blurry for me. Mark says, yeah, I can't get behind that on the pro-life train, but I don't think I will in the future. Bumble Hunter says, when someone is violated, the answer is never easy. So we're in agreement there. Yeah, like a 13-year-old, if it was a young, right, exactly. So, I mean, there's situations where it gets really hard to make that argument, and you can do it. Like I've heard people do it, and I don't, you know, it's a real tough one. It's a real tough one because then you have the age thing. Like if a 12-year-old it's horrible even saying it, is raped. It's like you're going to force that baby to have it makes me nauseous. Anyway, you guys are welcome to your own opinion and this, that, and the other, but. Again, I just think it's logical and common sense. It's like, if you don't want to have a baby, then don't do the things that make babies. You know, and you can say that about a lot of things. If you go skydiving, there's a risk of death. And I will say, this is the crazy, creepy shit about that the left does when it comes to Charlie Kirk. You know, you say, well, he put himself out there. He was saying the Second Amendment. Yeah, that doesn't mean you should be shot. The Second Amendment is not for sniping someone that you don't agree with. That's not what it's for. Charlie would have like approved this. No, he wouldn't. You fucking retard. No, he wouldn't. Yeah, I approve getting shot in the neck. He never discounted the fact that evil exists and that people use these things for violent means. But I'll tell you what, I have an arsenal. How come my guns have never shot anyone? My guns never walked out the door and assassinate anyone. How come? I posted this on, we'll close off with this. I posted this, okay, on X. All right. Posted this. I said, it's not the guns, it's the knives, ... It's the same argument. It's the guns. It's the guns. Is it the guns? Is it the guns? Look at this picture. You tell me. I'll wait. Someone tell me how it's the guns. Look at this picture. Just look at this image and you tell me if it's the guns or not. Did she get shot? He should have gotten, so I mean, but you know, it happened so quickly. Who's going to draw and fire, you know? Because then you'd have BLM. Oh my God, a murderer got shot. He was just taking out a knife for no reason. It's like, okay. Like you wouldn't be able to win in this situation. Let's say someone on the train was carrying and saw him get up and then shot him twice in the chest. Oh, you'd have The news cycle? Oh, it would be BLM would be burning the city. They'd be burning the cities down. Right? Burning the cities down. You guys have seen probably the AI images. Have you seen the AI images of if it was a white guy? If everyone behind him, there's like 3 black people. If it was 3 white people and this guy was white and the girl was black, oh, the cities would be like, we would be in a complete like apocalyptic nightmare right now. It'd be nonstop rioting. Then you'd have Trump with the National Guard trying to put down major riots, and then he's a fascist dictator. This is Hitler. Yep. That's what you would have. So is it the guns? If it's the guns, then why'd this happen? So should we ban knives? Should we ban cutlery? Or should we be relegated to using sporks from now on? Those fucking spoon with the fake ass bullshit fucking spoons. I hate sporks. It's the stupidest shit ever. It's like a round fork. It's worthless in every department. The worst invention ever. Fucking spork. Make up your fucking mind. Eat your food. Stop using gay cutlery. It's not the knives, man. You can kill someone with your fists. You can use a bat. You can use a club. In this situation, he could have used anything and killed her. It wasn't the knife. It wasn't the gun. It's not the gun. It's the fucking people behind it. Okay? I got a lot of knives. I got a lot of guns. I got a lot of clubs. And guess what? They ain't blood on any of them. And I know you guys don't want to like see this, but if you watch, I don't know if you have, the full video of this is much worse than you think. It's the context, it's everyone else in that section. The whole video is horrifying. No one moves. No one does anything. It's fucking frightening. Be aware. Don't sit in front of sketchy people with your head down. I'm not blaming her. She should be safe. She should be able to sit down on a fucking train and look at her phone and relax after a long day of work. It makes me sick to my stomach. Lock all these people up, throw away the fucking key. I'm open to all forms of capital punishment for these fucking animals. It has nothing to do with his skin color. It has to do with these brains that are broken. They have no place in our society. And he didn't have any place in our society 14 or 11 or whatever it was fucking times that they kept on releasing this violent trash onto the street. Fuck this guy. We're all sick of it. Absolutely fucking sick of this shit. When does it stop? It doesn't stop unless we stop it. And then, oh my God, there's National Guard. Well, maybe if you did your fucking job, then you wouldn't need that. But it's come to that. Yeah, people did get up eventually. But I'm saying the irony, if you're playing the race game like the media always does, there's like 3 black people behind him. And he's like, imagine if everyone was white and like there was like a scared black girl like looking up horrified. It'd be disgusting. I wouldn't be in favor of that either. Like it's awful. It's violent. But this is the state of our country. This is the way it's happening, not the other way around. Why? All right. One more thing here. This is what we're talking about earlier. Patrick Bet David posted this. So I just retweeted it because it was, the image says everything. This is what we're talking about in closing. So if you're just listening, you got to see the full video or the full, picture. If you're watching, you can watch it on Spotify also. That's why Spotify is great. You can comment on Spotify. So if you catch it after, okay. But it shows the years 08, 12, 21, 25. And it shows how far the left has gone left, not the right. The right has always believed, right, Christianity, Jesus, morality, Bill of Rights, America, baby, fuck your feelings, UK, fuck the king, go suck my dick, don't tax my tea. That's always been, right? So it says in the middle, it says me, and it shows how the center has moved so far left because the left just gone off the fucking deep end. And that's a very poignant picture because at the bottom you see it's gone so far left and it shows the person with the sniper rifle. Yeah, exactly. It's gone so far off the fucking deep end. They can't even do it in someone's face. They got to be as far away as possible because they're huge fucking pussies. They're huge fucking cowards. They got to hide underground Discord with all their fucking hormone supplements and antidepressants and fucking retarded friends. Just absolute the gutter trash of society. In the gutter. In the gutter. This is it. This is literally the visualization of everything that's happened. Ironically, not ironically, 2008, that's when Barack Obama was elected, and he fucking destroyed this country. You know, he sent everyone fucking left. He perpetuated racism, kept, like, really stoked the flames of that, and even more apparent when Trump got in. It's always been the media. It's always been the left. This is what the left does. It's all subversion. The left is a great example of what the kind of people in your life that use like passive aggressive, you know, manipulative people. Sometimes it's a mother, sometimes a friend. It's always this kind of psychological manipulation, gaslighting. It's always like that. That's what the left does. They want to make you, they try to convince you that you're the bad person for using your own eyes and seeing what's happening. You're the bad person. Oh, but maybe the black man on the train didn't have a good upbringing. Oh, maybe his daddy was mean to him. I don't give a fuck. A lot of us had our parents that didn't do shit right. You don't see us stabbing random women on a fucking train. Has nothing to do with it. But he was mentally ill. You're off the retarded scale. He's mentally ill. No fucking shit. Anyone who ever murders someone is mentally ill. That's not a quality state of mind. We know he's mentally ill. Thanks for telling me the air is majority nitrogen. Thank you. Thank you for telling me up is up and down is down. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, he's mentally ill? Oh, let me make all these accommodations. Let's put him into a nice fucking hotel with padded walls. No. Get rid of him. And last but not least, speaking of retards, we got, the circle jerk continues. No one watches this shit. No one and literally. So it says 2025 Emmys, the best talk series is The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. So I said, hey, it's such a good show. They canceled it months ago. So good. So good. The best talk series. So good. They fucking shut it down like 6 months ago. Because it was so good. So good. So good they canceled that shit. So fucking good. These people are evil. And they're just navel gazing. And I thought this was funny because Stephen King's a piece of shit. Actually, I'm going through a bunch of these posts. Because I think it's... I thought this was funny. I'm proud of what I said. And we use this joke a lot, so I'm going to say it. I'm not going to play the video because he's like, come see my movie. Watch my movie in theaters. So I said, please watch this and then go to the fucking gym so you don't end up looking like you chose poorly hunting for the Holy Grail. He chose poorly. This is why you go to the fucking gym so you don't end up a frail, defeated, just brain dead, insane old man. Go to the fucking gym. Take your creatine so you don't go mentally fucking insane. Get some sunlight. And if you strengthen yourself, you're less likely to end up an old, decrepit retard. All right. We did the throwback. We did it all. Thanks for being here, Beaches. Another one of the books. Thanks for being here. Congratulations, Bumble Hunter. Subscribe to the show, share with your friends. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Follow me on Rumble because, yeah, we had some connection issues with YouTube. Shocker. I said things that YouTube doesn't like. Oh, is it 2025 already? Follow on Rumble, The Daily Swole, Apple Podcast, Spotify. If you want to join the Swole fam. Oh, by the way, I mentioned this yesterday. I almost forgot. I'm glad you're still here. Don't go anywhere. Glad you're still here because I forgot to, let me bring this over. Bring this over. I mentioned yesterday that we were having this. I didn't have the thumbnail, but I want to make sure, and I would have promoted this earlier. I forgot because it wasn't in my folder. It was in my iMessages. This Thursday, so it's Tuesday, so tomorrow episode, we're here. This Thursday, September 18th. God, we're like back end of September already. Sheesh. 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. 10:30, Roundtable 91. Let's get some gorillas. 10:30 a.m., 7:30 a.m. West Coast. Do the math everywhere else. Eastern Time, 10:30 a.m. Rise and Swole with the fam. We'll talk more about this and anything else. It's a general conversation. Don't miss out on it. If you're not a member, join us, swolenormousx.com. And of course, you get access to the Swolenormous app, all of our programs. You got the 90-Day Dash, Swole Season, Maximum Swole, Scorched Earth, Swole Mastery. Everything that you need, shoulder awareness, glute awareness, hundreds of master classes, thousands of recipes, the community section, Swollen Sevens, kettlebell, mace, everything you need. Head on over to swolenormousx.com, join the fam today, download the Swolenormous app, join the fam, surround yourself with people that are not retarded. And they like to make sick fucking gains and have open dialogue and conversations. Again, you could join the Swole fam. You don't have to agree with everything that I say or anyone says. Cool. Let's all make some gains and improve ourselves and do better for ourselves and our community and our family and our country. Just makes sense to me. Roundtable 91, Thursday, September 18th, day after tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Be there, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next episode. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing, like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeleton.